In 2015, the city of Boston reconstructed one of its alleys using porous pavement. Here in Boston's historic South End neighborhood is a project hundreds of people pass every day without noticing anything unusual. Yet this project has already made a real difference, and we've learned a lot from it. So how did this project come about?
CRWA has been interested for some time in green infrastructure projects in Boston. And pervious pavement is an interesting concept, hadn't been applied before.
Could we do it in Boston, in New England? Is it a transferable type of technology that will help our entire region deal with the concerns, issues, and problems that we have for stormwater management, and they're magnified in the urban, dense environment?
There was a number of things that the city was interested, or reasons that the city was interested, but it was, an opportunity for the city to construct a porous pavement alley similar to what had been done in Chicago, Baltimore, Philadelphia, and to take what was done in those locations and apply it to Boston and seeing what the results were.
Many cities are being faced with increasing challenges due to flooding, water quality impacts as a result of the stormwater runoff from their impervious surfaces, and they need to address these issues. And by going to permeable pavements, the right pavement constructed in the right place allows you to manage the stormwater underneath the pavement.
In addition to flooding and pollution, Boston needs to solve another problem: the loss of groundwater.
In order for these homes to maintain their structural integrity, the wood piles need to remain submerged under groundwater. If the groundwater level drops, the pilings underneath these buildings become exposed to air, the buildings can settle and ultimately become unsafe.
This project was a great opportunity for all the parties involved to learn about permeable pavements. What's involved in the installation, what's the cost, what does it look like when it's completed, and what was the process going through the construction, the pre-construction, and then after the maintenance. What we learned was that good communication with neighbors and all of the departments in the city is helpful to move the entire project along. And we also learned that inspectors, having the on-site inspectors during the construction process, is probably the most important factor that we had.
I think we're still learning from the project. We're still doing monitoring of the site. I think there's a real opportunity to work with the city. We found allies within the city. So application of this sort of technology within the city is something we'd like to pursue, and we're learning the ropes as to how to promote it and get it replicated.
Will we see more porous pavement projects in the future? How is Boston thinking about green infrastructure?
I think the city needs to continue to look at all types, not just the porous pavement, but porous pavers, pervious concrete, all different types of systems, whether it's dry well, recharge chambers. I think the alleys are really the next place to go.
There's a couple of projects since the Green Alley has been built that the city has done, and these are sizable projects. One is Connect Historic Boston, and the other location, and this is another big project, is Commonwealth Avenue from the BU Bridge up to Packett's Corners. So there's two large projects that the city has going forward since then.
The key is that change is really difficult. And until someone has taken the time to walk responsible parties through the process of doing things differently than they have done over the last several decades, and in some cases over the last century, nothing changes. But through demonstration projects, pilot projects, walking responsible parties through the process and allowing them to see that there may be a better way of doing things, that's how change occurs.